Alright, to start off, we're going to make a module on the website called Manga Freak. So first things first, we want the base website, so we're going to take everything before the slash. Just make sure to have that onto the base URL. Also, I'm going to make the website's name Manga Freak. The initial should be like the main letters. Module description, I'm just going to put a module for Manga Freak. The module developer, I'm gonna have unknown, just in case somebody wants to bring issues. I'm not gonna be responsible for it. Any random ID, but make sure to copy this for later so that you can use it. Manga Freak, just search out Manga Freak photo or whatever photo you want. Images. I'm gonna use this one. Copy image address and take the image address, put the image address right here. Module version, you always start with 1.0 because this is your first version. This is an English module, so you have it like that. If your module has images, you have to put true. If it's not images, you're going to have to put text or whatever other support Zetsu has. Output type, I'm gonna keep it images because it has images. Randomize user agent, I have that false because you won't need that for a while or at all most likely. The main page over here is where you put the website you're going to start off with. So I am thinking I'm just going to start off with the genres because it's going to be a bit more work to have it start off with their actual main page and then change some the genres. I mean, it's possible. It's super easy actually, but I mean, you know what? Actually, fuck it. I'll just do it like that so I can show you an example. So let me refresh this real quick. Alright, so that is the address. Unless it's that a specific key. I'm gonna check that again. I'm gonna just go over here. I'm gonna erase this just to verify something. Alright, it's not required. Alright, I'm gonna take that key off. Anyway, if it's needed, the Katsu would put it in by itself. So I'll just make this the one, and then over here you'll want to edit these values and have those values be a genre, and we're going to have to loop to them later. So I'm gonna go to my genre section. I'm going to pick the genres I want. I want this one, I want this one, I want this one, and I want share this one. I got 4 of them. Now, so over here, I just gotta take the genres I want. I'm gonna close this page. This is for my search. That's for later. So I'm gonna use copy, and then I want to paste it. And then I'm going to get the next one after I close this one. I'm going to paste it. And then I'm going to go get the next one. Going to get this one. Going to copy it. And then I'm going to get the next one, which is fantasy. Copy it. And voila. Now the next step is to actually fill in your search. In my case, I usually do it when I'm initializing the module JSON because I'm just have it there, so whenever I just need it, I just go get it quickly. I don't have to edit it and then send it to me again. So now when I search something up like my hero, I search up my hero. Now over here is the address, but first things first, you want to check if your thing uses page, and by going down, you can, or somewhere on the top, if it tells you that you can swap pages to another place, you check and swap the page to the next page, and then you get the URL for that. Like, let me see if this one uses a different something else. No. Okay, so look. Okay, as you saw over here, it actually changed to this, which is weird. So I'm going to actually just take this one, and you would notice that that's the URL that's going to change even if I search it with anything else. So you see, it's just going to change like this. So I'm going to take it, and I'm going to go over here to the request, and I'm going to paste it. Now Naruto is the search, and over here I'll cut this and put it where Naruto is. And since we don't actually use a page, I can just erase this because we're not going to use it. But if we were to use a page, like for example, let's see, I think Tad manga should use pages. Let me check that out real quick. Let's go. They does they have a lot? Okay, yeah. Look, so Tad does use. Look, so over here, if I were to use Tad, I would have to for the series over here, I would have to have this as searched, like over here, and then for the page, I would have to put page. But since ours doesn't use it, it doesn't matter. All right. So over here we have it how it's supposed to be, and that's pretty much it. That's how you set up the actual module. And from here on, you take it, Control C, and you send it to yourself. For example, using your email. Um, or if you have a Mac, you can plug your iPhone into it and then send it over. But I don't have a Mac, so I'm going to send it to email, and then I'm going to copy it onto Zetsu, paste it in, and then use it, and that's it. Alright, so I'm on my phone now. I go to my emails, and then on my emails, I get the email I sent myself. I'm going to press on it. I'm going to hold down on it, press select all. I'm going to copy, and then once I copy it, I gotta go down to Zetsu, and then on Zetsu, I'm gonna press the globe icon. I'm going to take it. I'm going to import it to my thing. Alright, now first things first I'm gonna do is check if the image works. It does, because you see that MF I put there. I press the settings icon, and then I'm going to clear my log because there's probably already stuff that can go when I already had loaded. Then we're going to okay, so it has human verification. First we wait for our human verification, and alright, once it's loaded, you press X. It's gonna get up by itself. Now once that's loaded, go to your gear icon, go to the logs, and copy the request. Then once you copy the request, send it back to yourself, which is as simple as like plugging in your iPhone, sending it through email, whatever method you have to get it to your computer. Do that. Okay, all right. So once you already have it over to your computer and copied, you want to go to your main HTML page. You want to go to your main HTML page, and you want to copy the HTML over. Apologies. Want to copy your HTML over, which is this one for me. Now you're gonna take this and you want to cut it. And you want to replace it with the bottom script, the one that's empty, because JavaScript should always be loaded last. So you have it there. Now, first step you want to do is you want to take the module ID, because this is where it's going to reference back to your module. You want to put it there. Make sure it's not a copy of an ID, because if it is, then you are going to update an existing module. So yeah, make sure it's a unique ID. Try making it numbers. I don't think, actually it might support letters because it's actually a string. But anyway, you want to run this page, and then you're going to see all these mangas and everything here. Always make sure to have a reference page to it. So the reference page for me would be this right here. I'm gonna go to home. This is the reference page, and this is the actual page. So now I can see what the order is, or how it looks with the actual CSS and everything. So I can see that this is today's manga, and then this is yesterday's manga, this is older manga. No, alright. So now that means this is ongoing. So this is the ongoing section, which is this area right here. So now it completely depends. You can just take everything, or you can take a section. It's up to you really. I'm going to just take the today's manga, because yeah, this the one that was released today, so I'm gonna just do that. So what you want to do is you want to go down to the today's manga, which should be going down over here, this today's manga. So you want to inspect it if you're using Chrome. If not, you have to use your developer tools. You can use Control Shift I for Chrome, right click, or an inspect tool. You can use one of those. If you have a keyboard, I'm pretty sure one of the F keys also does it. So over here, this is what you call a class. It's an identifier to be able to link back to the a specific tag on HTML. It's one of the, it's like HTML 101. So over here, these are all the ones that are out. So now I'm going to check how many, are they all the same, what's their differences. Also, just to verify, gotta check its inside. So here we have its href, which as you can see, it has slash manga slash crimson slash karma. So what you want to do is, once you're getting the URL, you want to also have the main page URL and then add that onto it. You'll see once we do it. Then you have the image, and this is the name. You can just take the title, so we only need one. I'm only going to take this one over here, the one that says class image. So okay, so first things first, we want to over here, we want to get over here, and we want to make a section for ourselves right here under the next request. Make sure, let me see if it's this is where we want to be. Technically, no, alright. Make it under the mangas array, because this is what you're going to be using. So over here, under here. Under here, you want to start setting up a bunch of stuff. So first, the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to use the console command to be checking stuff. So over here, we're going to go to console log, and then we're also going to ignore all of this. This is not you. You'll know when stuff is you when it's actually referencing to your JavaScript. So over here, you want to do console log. This is so you can so it doesn't actually do much except show you values that you want displayed, but not to actually do anything. So over here, I want to take the latest box, and then I want to document, which means you're referencing to the document. Query selector is basically like document get element by ID, document get element by class, and document get element by ID, all put into one. So it's very convenient to use. Over here, I'm going to check if it's a class, which it is a class. So you want to put a dots at the beginning, because dot is what signifies that it's a class. If it were an ID, you would want to put a the number symbol. And then if it were a tag, you want to leave it with nothing, but it's not a tag, it's actually a class, so I have to have it with that. Then what I want to do is, since I query selected this, I want to check on the element tag, I want to check which is the one that's repeating the most. So over here we see it's latest item. So in latest item, I'm going to, after this, since I selected a tag, I want to select what's inside the tag now, because now we're narrowing down to from document to a certain div. So we're going to query selector all, which means it's going to select all of the elements, and we want to select their latest item. So I'm going to copy this right here, just so to make sure I don't have anything wrong. And since it's a class, you want to have a period, and I'm going to console log that. And over here, I get a list of all of the things. So that's how I know it worked. They have a total of 60 items, and an array starts from 0. It doesn't start from 1, so I mean that's why it goes to 59. So 0 to 59 is actually 60 numbers. Over here, you can check all of its attributes and stuff like that, but that doesn't matter. I just wanted to check to see if it was working or not. And what we're going to do is, since I did that just now, I'm going to go over here and I'm going to copy this right here. This, we're going to copy it, and we're going to go back to our IDE, and we're going to var variables don't matter, and whatever you name. Then I'm going to paste it in here. So now this is a node list. We're going to take this node list and we're going to make a for loop for it, and that for loop is going to be, doesn't really matter what you name it. And then you want I while it's less than data, the length, and then I plus plus. So just in case you don't know what this does, it's going to iterate while I iterate over all of the documents, I mean all of the data's everything that data has inside of it, while I is less than what all of the total amount of everything inside. So to get the actual number that you're on, I is going to represent that. So like let's say I want to iterate through them and then display only the specific a specific one. So I'm going to say console.log. Like I'm only going to display one every iteration. I'm going to display that one that it is in. So I'm going to do data, which now when I put these parentheses, that means I'm going in it, and I'm going to get a something within that. So I'm going to put I means I is a number. So like let's say this iterated once, that means I is going to be equal to 1. So I put data 1, so I'm going to get the first object inside of that array. So once I do that, I'm going to go over here, I'm going to refresh this, and got all their tags because it iterated all 60 times. So I got one tag per iteration. So that means I over here, the first one was number 1 was I1, and the second one was I2. So that's how I got everything. Then over here, we also want to start narrowing it down. So what we're going to do is, we're going to back to our elements. We're going to go back to our elements. We're going to also check, because this is what we're going to do. We're going to get all of the A tags with the class image in it. That's what we're going to do. So we're going to edit our code a bit. We're going to go back to data, and we're going to go inside of it, and you're going to use the greater than or less than sign to indicate that you want to go to this is the I think greater than sign. You want the arrow pointing to the right, and then to say that you're going to this next. So over here you want to go back to this thing, to the tags. You want to go and check what's the next thing on the list. So it's it's the A tag that we need. So what we can do is we can have A, because A is a tag, so it doesn't need anything to indicate it. Then we put dots because now we're going to go use an image, and we narrowed it down to only the tag A dot image. So now we got that right there. And now if we were to do the console log again, we go over here, and now we only got the A tags. So instead of divs, now we got the A tags. So what we're going to do here is, since we have the A tags, we're going to go over here, and we're going to make a variable for only the object which the I is currently on. So what we're going to do is we're going to have I'm going to use the keyword let, which means only inside the scope. We're going to say let manga. It can be anything you want. You can name it whatever. Let manga, and then we're going to say data, and then I. Now this over here is basically, it signifies that it's this specific tag. So what we're going to do now is we're going to say let link. We're going to say the link. And now this is important over here because, as I said, since this only has the slash part of our URL, what we're going to do is we need our base URL, or you know what, some may not use the base URL, but is using the base URL since it has nothing there. What you want to do is add the base URL before this, and you can check that out by going over here to the main one, using the select tag, and then over here, as you can see, it has manga. Once you go over it, you see the little box that comes on the bottom. It shows the base URL, and then it has what it comes after it. So that's what we're going to do. We're going to go and take the base URL, which is this. We're going to copy it, and we're going to add it here, but as a string. And look, this is important. You are going to want to use the single quotes only. Do not use double quotes. Only use single quotes, because JSON actually uses single quotes. And if you were to use double quote, because you need to have 2 slashes before it, so the JSON knows to ignore that. But to make life easier, use the single quote. So now we paste it in, and then we want to do plus, and we're going to do manga dot href. The .href actually gets the attribute href, which is the link. So you want to have that there. And to confirm that it works, we're going to do console.log link. And now we're going to have the console log us the link. So the link is going to be this right here. You see HTTPS 127.00. Okay, so over here, as you can see, it's actually putting our our local host, which you can ignore that. It's not gonna be too important. And if it's an issue, because then you're just gonna want to remove that. You just want to remove this over here. You're gonna just leave the manga href, but no, it's fine. You just want to do this. Alright, also remove this slash because as you can see, this starts right here with a slash, so remove the slash afterwards. Now we want the title, so let title is equal to, now the title, you want to go back into this and you want to see what has the title. So now as you can see, the A does not have a title, but the image tag does have the title. So what you want to do is you want to go manga, manga, and then you want to get query selected, and then you want to select this img tag. Since this only has one img tag, you want to just put img and then just get its title. There you go. And then while we're at it, I'm also going to make a copy of this, and I'm going to change it to image, and over here we're just gonna have the src. The src means the source, and the source is the this address right here to get the image. And if you want to confirm that that works, you can do console.log, and you can log the title, and you can log the image, and that's it. And then you just refresh your thing, go to console, and then look over here. It tells me the title, and then it gives me the image. You see, I got for all of these. This was pretty simple. And now I got the link, title, and image, and I'm pretty sure that's all I need for now. I'm gonna double check that because over here I just need the module ID, image, link, and title. Alright, so over here I'm going to do manga array and then dot push. That means put, like, to put into the array. We want to push in a new mangas array, which this is the function, not the array, so keep that in mind. And you want to put module ID, and then you want to put image, link, and title in this order. And then you can just do this, you can refresh, and up top you're going to see, you see the JSON has been updated. Now it has the module ID, it has the image, it has the link, which you can see it still has our localhost. If it does bring you problems, you can just erase this thing because that means that the website is just giving you it like that. But I've had issues where I do actually have to keep this on. But if you, we'll check that later and we'll make the changes if it need be. And then we also have the title right there. So now it did it 60 times, so we have all 60. Now that's pretty much it. That's all I want from this. If you want more, you just have to repeat the same steps and just get more. Just like basically make more of this data variable. But I don't want to, so I'm just gonna leave it like that. The next thing is we also have this genre. We have our genres, which for us to get the things in our genre, we actually have to change our next request. And our next request is pretty simple to change actually. So next request, actually we're changing it right here. Next request is parse JSON extra info current info plus one dot value. But then we also need to check if we also need to make it run a specific code once it goes to its genre. So, and since they're not actually running on the same code, we're going to have a condition on when to tell the Katsu to actually run this code. So I'm going to actually organize this a bit more. I'm going to tab everything a bit more. And what we're going to do is over here, we're going to have an if statement, and we're going to want to check. We're going to want to check our request, which if you want to check our request, it's actually up top over here, where we are right now. Let me check. Okay, so look, our request, we're going to want to do this if our request does not have a genre in their URL. So what we want to do is we're going to do this. We're going to go if Oh, we already have it. We're going to have next request. Since next request is actually a string, includes, and then we want to check if it includes. Um, Actually, no. It's gonna be checking the next request. I'm sorry, I said. So what we can do, parse JSON dot request dot includes genres, and then we're going to put a exclamation point on the back because that means false. We're going to want to run this code. And because I can use this because I know what we're actually taking. Our first request is the main, which does not have any does not have the word genre in it. But look, as you can see in the request, if it does have genre, I want it to take the other action, which is super simple because the rest of the values have genre, so they're gonna run the same code, which they actually are the same code. In case they aren't, you're gonna have to do some more workarounds. So now you save that, and if you save that, you want to refresh your thing, and guess what? They still are there. They're all still there because it doesn't have a genre thing. So now, what you want to do is you want to take this code right here, and you want to go copy it all, copy everything inside the script tag. Don't actually copy the script tag. So Control C it, you have it. And then what you're gonna do is you're going to go to your browser, and you're going to type HTML compressor, and you want to go to this link, textfixer.com, or if you have another one you can use it, but it doesn't really matter. You want to paste it in there. You want to press compress to HTML, and you want to have the HTML like this, and you want to copy it, and then you want to go back to your JSON and go to your JSON, and you want to go to your main page, and because you're actually in your main page, go to your JavaScript section and Control V it, and you're gonna have this. Then you're gonna copy the entire thing, and you're first going to go to this website called JSON Validated, just in case you miss something. You want to copy everything in here, and it's gonna say process. If it says it's a valid JSON, you're all good to go. And then I'm gonna just copy this just in case, and I'm gonna go back to the compress HTML, and I'm going to compress my JSON just to make everything much easier. Copy to clipboard, and then once I copied it to clipboard, you just gotta send it to yourself back to your email, and then go to your phone. Alright, so once you have everything copied and sent to your phone, you want to go back to Zetsu, and then you want to go clean the logs. Then you want to update your module load from clipboard, and then as you see, it didn't say module added, it said module updated because it has the same ID. So what you want to do, press on it. Now it might not have anything, but it did. Okay, so that means it worked, but it doesn't have any code for the next request that we sent, which over here, as you can see, it didn't get anything because our next request didn't actually have anything. So over here it went to manga freak genre, and it's on action. So we want to copy this right over here, and as you see, it has all of this, and you copy it, and you just want to send it back to yourself. Alright, so when you have everything copied and sent over, you're going to go back to the main page, and what you're going to do is you're going to take the script tag, right? You're going to take the script tag, and you're going to cut it out, Control A, erase everything, and then you're going to want to paste the new request, put it there, and then as you see, this is actually all our JavaScript, but it is being compressed. What you want to do is, that script tag you pasted, you copied, you want to take it, and you want to replace it you want to replace the one that we have selected with the one that we copied. So over here, and now you see, now we have it all organized and separated. We're going to copy this. Now, as you might notice, it actually will not be able to copy the ones that are here because we haven't actually made code for this yet. And as you can see, this is the adventure. So it has One Piece Dragon Ball. This has One Piece Dragon Ball Black Clover. So we're in the same one. We want to inspect it. Then we're going to go over here to the image, and then over here the seems that the image is not actually displaying. So let's check on why. If we open this, and we copy it onto the internet, we get it. So it might just be that this doesn't want to display. Um, Not really much of an issue. It should display on the app. If it doesn't, we're gonna have to figure out why, and hopefully it does, so we don't have to actually go through a bunch of work for that. So what we want to check is what's its main class, which is ranking item, and then what's its container. So it's ranking list. Let's check what is this box over here. It's the ads. All right, it doesn't matter because we're not even going to be picking that up. So over here we want to go press on this, and we want to actually collect this right here. Okay, so this one is actually a bit more work. It's going to be a bit more work, and that's good. That's good. So I can show you a different example. So what we're going to do is we want to open this up, and we want to check everything that's here. So alright, so we're gonna have to get two things from this actually. So over here we're going to want to get the image tag, and we're gonna want to get the a tag, this link tag. So what we're gonna do is we're going to go back to our thing, and we're going to add an else statement to our to our um to our if statement for the previous one, and we're going to check, make sure that it works. We're going to want to do this. We're going to want to have a say something like works, just to make sure that it actually is using the else statement and not the regular if statement. So we go over here, and it says, let's check, cannot read property of query selector no at 532. Let us check that out. Alright, so it's actually using the previous, which seems to be an issue. Don't know why. We're going to check this out. We're going to check out why. So we have parsed JSON dot request. If parsed JSON request does not include genres, do not check. Alright, so parsed JSON request, which should be down here. Request genre. It does include genre, so alright. Let's see what is really the issue here, because genres, and this is using, oh okay, it's genre, not genres. I messed up there. Alright, so over here we gotta just remove the S. You see, spelling is very important, otherwise you would have spent an eternity there looking. So there you go. It should say works. Alright, so now we got it working. So what we want to do here is we want to get a new var data, and we want to equal it to document a dot query selector, and we're going to select its container just like the top. You might be asking why didn't I do the console log thing, because that was just to show you different ways to do it. You don't really need to do that as the first step, but it's a good practice. So over here I want to take this one, the ranking list. We want to copy that, and we're going to go over here dots, because it's actually a class. As you can see, it says class, and then we're going to go to a dot query selector, which selects every tag within it that we specify. So we're going to specify that I wanted to pick up the ranking item. Doesn't matter. Ever since we're not going to be picking up the box, because we want to, the box is actually the ads. We only want to be picking up the ranking item, and that's good. Ranking item, and we're gonna check one more time over here. So look, so what we want to get the ranking item, but since the image is actually separate from the link, and so we're and the titles as well, we're going to want to just get the ranking box item. We want to get the ranking item, and then once we do, we're going to console log data, and it's going to give us the list of all the items that we just collected. Over here we got 15 of these items, and these 15 items are going to have tags within them, and we're going to want to extract those tags. So over here, to get the data, we're going to want to make another for loop, and we want to let I equal 0, I data dot length, and then I plus plus. And then we're going to want to let manga, like you might be noticing that I'm using the same names for these, and the only reason I'm able to do that is because I have it with the keyword let, not var, because if it were var then they would be conflicting with each other. So let manga equal data, actually yeah, alright, so let var equal data dot, not that, I'm sorry, I was looking at something else. Data dot I, there you go. So now we're selecting every individual one, and then we want to get the image first. So let image equal manga, and we want to query select, and we want to query select the image tag, which is within another div tag, and that div tag would be the one that's called ranking item image. So we're going to have a bunch of directions for it to go to. Not really a bunch, it's going to be 2. So it's going to go to the image source. So IMG, there you go. So now you get the SRC, and then to verify that it works, we're going to console log it, image. And once you do, refresh this page, go to your console, and you should see that you're getting all of the images, which is a good thing. Now we're just going to want to do the same thing with the title and the link. So title, how would we get the title? We're going to go over here to the ranking item info, and since the title is actually in an H3 tag, which is basically just a bigger text, we're going to copy this, and we're going to do this. We're going to erase this, and we're going to let title equal document, well actually manga dot query selector, and then we're going to go dot, since it's actually something like this, and then we're going to go A. We're going to want to stay at the A. Actually no, we're going to go one in further because we want to get the title. This is the title, and since these two are actually tags, we want to keep them like that. So we're going to do is inner text. Make sure to do inner text, because inner text means the text that is inside the tag. If you do inner HTML and there were a tag inside of it, you were going to get the tags as well, which you don't want, or hidden keys, which you also don't want. So make sure to have inner text, and then to make sure it works, you can console log it. But I'm going to do two things at once. So I'm going to also get the link while I'm at it, which is simple. I just got to erase the H3 and keep it at the A, and just get the href. I just wrote 2 quotes, and then we want to console log title, and we want to console log link. And then once we console log the link, we are going to check it out. Alright, so we got One Piece, Solo Leveling, Dragon Ball, all that, and then we have the link next to it. Also, as you realized, I completely forgot to add the base URL, which is mangafreak.net right here. Want to erase this slash because the other one already brings a slash. And we're going to create an object, which the object will be main mangas array. And so we're going to do mangas array dot push because we want to bring it in. We're going to make a new, make sure the keyword new is there. Mangas array, it's important. It's just it indicates that you're going to add a new thing into it. Module ID, you want image, link, and title in that order. And if you do, what you're going to end up having is an even longer one. As you can see, it has manga, freak images, One Piece, blah 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 blah, all that. So once you do that, you're going to follow the same steps we did last time, which is going to copy everything right here, Control C it, you're going to go take it, going to compress it, and once you compress it, you're going to put this right here, and you're going to copy it to clipboard. And once you have it copied to clipboard, you go back to your module JSON, and you know that all that code that we pasted in, you're going to want to replace it again with this. And I have two F's right here like that. I'm going to erase that right here, and then you're gonna copy this, and then once you do that, you want to go to your JSON validator, and you're going to copy that JSON in there. And then as you can see, as valid JSON, you're going to copy, compress, we're going to do this, and compress HTML, and then take it, and then you're going to send it to yourself. Alright, so once you have it copied in, you're going to go back to Zetsu, and then you're going to go and you're going to update your module again. You're going to copy it in with the JSON, and then everything should be in here. Also make sure to reload the module. Once you do, everything should be there. Now, as you may see, it actually does not have their section names, which is, I was going to show you right afterwards. I just wanted to confirm that this all works. So what you want to do is just go, you don't really need to send anything back. We're just going to go right back to the code. Alright, so to get section name, there's a couple ways we can do this, but I already tried one beforehand, and it wasn't working because it was only getting like two of the names for some reason. So I found a different ways, kind of easy, since you should know what sections, what genres you want to add. We're going to make a switch statement, and we're going to make a switch statement based on our current position. And our current position is actually set to the extra info's first value, which is actually a number. So what we're going to do is we're going to make 4 different cases, unless you have more, which or less, it doesn't matter. So we're going to make 4 cases, and those 4 cases are going to be 4, 3, 2, and 1, make space, space, space. Alright, and then we're going to break all of these, because you need to, otherwise there's going to be issues. And in each one of these is going to be, we should know which should be there. So there's going to be, so over here, and in each one of these cases, we're actually going to set the value. So over here, we're going to look, and our values are actually action, comedy, harem, fantasy. So what we're going to do is we're going to say section name equal action, section name is equal to comedy, and section name is equal to not fantasy, it's actually harem, and section name is equal to section name is equal to fantasy. And that's simple. That's how you get the section name for each of these. And so now you're just gonna follow the same steps. You're going to take it, you're going to format it. You're basically gonna take everything just take everything, format it, parse it, and then stuff like that, like over here, process it, and then send it to yourself, and then put it into the module. So once you copied it and have it on your phone, you're going to go to the Zetsu, you're going to update your module. Once you update your module reload the manga freak, and you're going to see that once it loads, it's going to have action, comedy, harem, and fantasy. And next step, what we want to do is we want to clear everything. And since we already have our search, if you did it when I did it, if you didn't, you want to go do that right now. I messed up. That was back. We haven't done the info yet. You want to go to search, and you want to search up something. So in my case, I'm going to just search up Naruto, You search up whatever you need. As you can see, it brings up nothing, but if you go back to the logs, you're going to see that in the request, it actually did the request, and then in that request we're going to get what is sent, and so we're going to copy it and you're going to send it. Alright, so now we got the section name and our main page is actually done, so we can go ahead and close out of that. Our next section is our search, so open the search HTML and go over here. You want to take all of this, you want to copy it out, basically cut it out, then you're going to paste in the HTML. Then you're going to replace the bottom one, which is empty, and you're going to do it with the one that you cut out. So over here, this is what we have. We now have our search, and you can see our search, we did get our results, which is Boruto next generation, Naruto getting the 7th Hokage, all of that stuff, since I did search Naruto. Now we're going to inspect, right? And we're also, I'm going to close this previous page and we're going to close this, and I'm going to get a reference to my Naruto by actually just going to the main website and actually searching up Naruto, which you don't have to do, but you know it's good to do. So look over here, we got Boruto next generation, and so. We have our stuff here. Now let's see, which is right here. This is the website. Okay, so we have this open. All these errors right here are not yours. Remember, that's for the that's the website itself. So what you want to do now is you want to get the entire list. So we're going to select this. We're going to go to manga search item, and you're going to check it out. It has the A tag. It even has the, okay, so what we basically want, we want to get the manga result, which is the container. Then we want to select all the manga search item, then go down a span, and then go down in another tag, which is the A, and then we get both the link and the image. And for the title, we are going to have to go down span, then we're gonna have to go down an H3, and then we're gonna have to go down another A tag. It's not gonna be hard, it's just gonna be a bit more work. So go down, and you wanna do it down here under output. Also make sure to have the module ID, always should be the first thing you do. Let me see, do I still have it here? No, okay, so I'm gonna go back, and I'm going to Control C and Control V, wow, and then now we're going to go var data, we're going to go document query selector, and we're going to actually take the manga result, and in the manga result we're going to manga result, and since it's actually a class, we're going to do that, and we're going to do query selector all, and we're going to select all the manga result items and all the, and that's the tag that we need to collect in the manga search. And we're going to want to go down a span, and then we're going to want to go, actually no, never mind, keep it like this, keep it like this. We're just going to take this because we actually need to go down 2 spans. So we're going to have to get this one right here, and we're going to have to get this one right here. So we'll keep like that. Alright. And then next, we want to console log it to make sure we got everything we actually need, and refresh page, go to console, and you got all 5. Okay, that's good. And then now we want to make a for loop. For let I equal 0, then I less than data.length, and I plus plus. And here you want to let search is equal to data I, the first I, and then what we're gonna do is we want image. What do we want entirely? We want the image, link, title, type, voice, and stars. So I'm gonna go back to the main one. So what we do have is we have the image, we have the link, we have the title, we don't have any of the stars and all of that, so I'm not even gonna put that. I'm just gonna leave those blank. I'm gonna just put every single one of them to have 5 stars, which is super simple. So let's image is going to be search, and it's going to be let's check, what is it gonna be? We need it to be the first span. We want it to be the first span, and then see, so now it would have been difficult because there's 2 spans technically, but since we are going to narrow them down, well, it wouldn't be posed too much of an issue. But if, like, let's say they were both identical, you would have to do something with the you have to do something with like these, and then put like the first or second. But since we don't have to, it doesn't really pose an issue. So we do query selector, and in query selector we're going to put span because it's a tag, and then we're going to do an a tag, then we're going to do an image tag. So a and then img, and then we're going to get the src, and we got to check if that's actually working. Keep changes in editor. Done all of that, said that, and console.log, and we're going to do image. Now let's check. I am missing a I put the colon in the inside. Alright, so we can have require query selector of an undefined, meaning we did something wrong. Of course we did, because I'm using, first I gotta use search. I put don't put this over here. I got confused. I looked at the one on the top. You're just supposed to put search, because search is actually just this. That was by accident. Now you see, as we got all the images here, we got the images part. Now we gotta get the link, which is just as simple. We just gotta, actually I'm gonna just copy this down, change this to link, remove the image, and then we have to do href. And you can check by just doing link, and as you see, it's right here, super easy. Also make sure to have the base site in there, because you're gonna need it. And the base site is not here. I'm gonna go copy it from the module, base URL, and then Control C, bring it over here, and we're going to paste it in there. And remember, remove the slash on the front, because this part already has one. And again, let's check that out to make sure there's no errors. And no, there's no errors. Next thing we want to do is we want to get the title, which is equal to, it's really this, but just in a different order. Because look over here, the title is actually in the second span, which is this one on the bottom, and then it's actually H3 and A. That's how it's gonna find the difference, the H3. So we're gonna do H3, and we're going to do the inner text, and we're going to do title, and we're going to see if that works. And it does work. Alright, so that's good, that's good. And I'm going to erase this console log here now that I know that works. And then now we have like a few more variables to actually get ready, which are the type, voice, and stars. Type, clearly it's a manga, so we're going manga slash manga, it doesn't really matter. Type, you can set this predefined manga slash manhwa, and then let stars equal, just put like 5 stars. and that's pretty simple right there. And then we also want the the voice. I'm gonna put it on top of here because I like to have them in order. Voice equal n/a because we don't know. And then we want to get search. Actually, it's output. We want output dot push, and we want to push a new output, and that new output is going to be module ID. Wow, okay, that's not working. Why? Module ID, image, link, title, type, voice, stars, and you're going to want to check over here top. So as you can see, we have the module ID, we have the image, and then we have the link, and then we also have title, then we have type, we have voice, and we got stars. So that's done. That's pretty much it. That was super simple. Some might be a bit harder than the others, but it was easy. As I said, now you just gotta take this, gotta copy it, gotta go to compress it, and once you compress it, you want to copy it. And once you copy it, you want to take it, and then you want to go to your working module and module, and you want to paste it into the search. Although, okay, this should be empty for you. I did it and I forgot to record it, so just paste it again, and then you copy the whole module. You also want to validate it, so you're going to process, and you're going to take it, you're going to verify what you did and it was valid, so then you're going to want to compress it again, copy it, and then you want to mail it. Once you have a copy onto your phone, you want to go to update it, and then you're going to want to search. I'm going to search Naruto again, and as you can see, I got it. Just in case, we're going to search up another one, and as you can see, we got more. Alright, so now we know that that's all good, and we're going to now do the info page. To get the JSON for, to get the request for the info page, we're going to have to press on an manga. And to do that, you can just do it from anywhere. Just press any, I'm going to press Dragon Ball. And as you can see, there is actually nothing there. And we got the request. It's right here. And we're just going to copy that request and we're going to mail it. Alright, so now once you already have it copied over to your computer, you want to take everything here, you want to cut it out. Then you're also going to want to paste in the new one. Then you're going to want to take the bottom script, the one that's empty, and then you're going to copy in your one that you just cut out. And then first thing you want to do is also you want to put in the module ID, and since I'm going to just stop checking my clipboard, I'm just going to come over here and start putting it. And I put it in there. Now over here, it's the info is actually pretty simple, since it already has our values, and then we just gotta fill in each one of those values. So I'm gonna make some space over here, and what we're gonna do, we're going to actually run the page. We're going to check everything. Here are all our chapters, and that's pretty much it. That's pretty much all we need. But we also got our picture, we got our title, we got our year completed, which is our status, we got pretty much everything, we got the description, and we want to get a reference to it, so what we're going to do is we're just going to search up Dragon Ball. I'm going to search up the original Dragon Ball, I'm going to go on it, and now I have a reference of how it looks like with all the CSS. So now I'm going to open my developer tools. In our developer tools, I'm going to first, I like to get the image because the image is honestly the easiest one, because it really has only like one of them should have it, and you can even check console.log document query selector, and you're going to want to get the manga series. And you want to get the SRC. Manga series. So it seems that it's undefined. Maybe I did something wrong. Console.log document.query selector, and then manga series, and then okay, so that means I might need a bit more work. So class series info. Yeah, of course, because the reason this is wrong is because I actually referenced the div tag and not the img tag. So there you go. That works. So what I'm gonna do is I'm just going to copy this right here because it's actually correct, and I'm just going to set it to my title, and then now my title, my image, and then my title should be pretty simple too. Let's look over here. Should be Dragon Ball and manga series data. Now over here, this is going to be a bit of work. As you can see, the title is an H5, so that means the title is going to be simpler to get. But if you were to need something else like these, it's going to be a bit more work, because you gotta find a way to specify if it's completed or ongoing or something. So I'm gonna just get the title real quick, which is just manga series data, then select the H5 and then get the inner text of it. So it's not really that hard. So see, it's going a little bit slower because there's a lot of words here. And then you want the H, it's an H5 or an H3? H5. You want the H5. And you want to get the inner text. And then you can keep, you don't need to console log since you can actually check it up here on the top. It should tell you link data is not defined. Alright, so my link data is a variable I have in my template, and that's for your favorite section. So your link, you can actually erase the link data over here and put parse dot json, parse json dot request, and then there you go. That fixes that issue. And as you can see, you have the module ID, you have also the image, and then you also have the link and the title. Now we need the description, genre, type, status, and chapters. The description is also pretty simple to get since it's actually down here. It says Son Goku's adventures. You don't have to actually go anywhere else. Over here, so it's called manga series Depion, and what you want is the p tag, and you want the inner text within the p tag. So over here, description, we want document.query selector. As you can see, most of the stuff is just document.query selector and looping. It's not really all that much work. And although every value that Katsu needs, it's actually a string. It needs to be in a string because the app itself parses everything into what it needs to be. If it needs to be a integer, the app is going to parse it into an integer. So you're going to want to manga class Depion, and over here you want to get the p tag, and then in the p tag you want the dot inner text. I want to say what just happened. Save this. And now, as you can see, the description is also filled. Now we need the genres. Now the genres, depending on the website could either have it as a its own section, or it could be similar to how this is and not be ordered at all. But thankfully, this has its own sections. So what we're going to do, we're going to make a loop for the genres. We're going to have a variable called data genre, and we're going to have document query selector. Uh, Selector all. We're going to start off with all because I don't want to make it longer than it has to be. We're going to, since it's a class, we also want it to be that, and then we're also going to start right off the bat. We're going to go to all its A tags. A tags. Oh, okay, wait. A tags. And then we're going to go for let I equal salud. Sorry, someone says equals 0. Then we're also going to have while I is less than data genre. Word length. We're also going to I plus plus. Sorry if you hear any noise in the background. Then you're going to go for genre, and then you're going to push, and actually what you're going to do is data genre, and you're going to put I because you want the one in that rotation, and you want to get its inner text. And then right there you should be able to collect all of the genres. Which, yes, you did. Action, adventure, animated, comedy, fantasy, historical, martial arts. Type, status. Okay, so type, simple, again, manga slash manga. And then status. Okay, so I like to put the status, like you see it says completed. You don't have to, but I mean it's good to tell the people if it's completed. So it seems that it's always the second one, but I'm going to verify that. So what we're going to do is we're going to go to a different manga, and I don't know whichever one. Let me just put ultra black, whatever. We're going to check. This is the second div, and we're going to go over here. We're going to go to this, and we're going to press on its status, which is ongoing. So it seems to be the second div. So what we're going to do is we're going to make it a second div. We're going to document query selector. Now, in case that it's not a second div all the time, what you could do is you can put conditions and like check if it's check on its condition. Like if this is null, you can change it to unknown. But it's not that much work. Let's see. Completed. What did I check? Okay, I'm actually gonna take manga series data, and we're gonna put it here. And since it's actually a class, now we're going to want its div, and we want the second div. So I mean, it's the first one. Sorry, first one, and then what you want to get it's its inner. Whoa, inner text. And then to check that, we just have to see, and we got an error. Inner text of undefined. Yeah, you can't really pick query selector of, or you gotta put document.query selector all because we're using this right here. Alright, so right here we have the status is completed. Now for the chapters, is super simple. what you just gotta do is press on one of these, and as you can see, it's actually in a table. Many of the websites are going to have it in tables, and the tables are pretty long. As you can see, it's not even Chrome is loading all of them up. What we're gonna do is we're going to select this. We're going to wait. No, I selected too much. I want to select this. The class. Then we're going to select the table. Then we're going to select the T body, which is basically the table body. And then for what we have to do is we're gonna make another. We're going to make var data chapter, and we're going to make document query selector. I mean, honestly, we could do a query selector all, and then going to do dot, and then we're also going to go to make sure to pay attention to which one you do, because it has to be table T body, not table T head. It's table T body and then TR. Table T body TR. And then also log it just in case, because you want to make sure that it's all actually there. You'll notice your computer starts going slower the more words that there are in your thing, and if it doesn't, good for you. But it might start getting slower. So it's 519 chapters, it seems. Well, 520 to be exact. So that's good. That's all good. What we want to do now is we actually want to loop over all of them. And since let's see, this one starts from chapter 1 to 500. So that means over here, this chapter reverse, because most websites actually start from like the latest chapter, which is like 520. Um, this chapter reverse here reverses it, so it starts from chapter 1. So that's all good. Let's see. Over yeah, so it seems like most of them do start from all of them start from the first chapter. So we're going to actually remove this. We're gonna remove this first. Then what we want to do is let I equals 0, and then we want to say I less than data chapters dot length, and then I plus plus, and then we're going to want to push it into the chapters. So now let's check what do all of these have. So we have the link and we got the chapter name. So apparently for Ketsu, I mean, I don't, it's not out yet, so I can't, it's not confirmed. Apparently for Ketsu, Orion said he's going to allow chapter names, but Zetsu doesn't actually support it yet. So what we really want is just the link. That's all you really need, the link. And you can check what you need, because it says link module ID. It's not that hard. So and this also has a download link, but you won't need it, because I think Zetsu just downloads all the images and then puts them all together in the correct order. So what we're gonna do is TD. We're gonna do the first TD, and we're going to do the A, and we're just gonna download. This is the first. You don't. It automatically gets the first, unless specified. When you do query selector and you get a tag which is duplicated twice and doesn't have a specific class, it gets the first one. So what you're gonna do is you're going to say chapters dot push, and we're going to push a new chapter. Chapters. And what you need here is data chapter dot query selector. This is all. I'm really squeezing all of this into here, because if you want, you can set them into separate variables. But I mean, you can all really do everything right here in this one line. And then you're going to want you want a TD, and then what you want is the A tag, and then what you want after that is the you want the href, which has the link, and then you want the module ID. Also make sure to add, because as you can see, this actually doesn't have the full link, it has part of it. See, so read one, Dragon Ball under one. So you want the base link, and the base link is this one. And make sure to actually erase a slash at the end, because this one already brings a slash. And that's pretty much it. And then let us check if it's working, if there are any errors. Syntax unexpected number 2048, and we can check. Oh, okay, yeah, I forgot to put the equals. On dot query selector, data chapter dot query selector. Of course it is not, because I need to put the I here, because I was trying to get the query selector of a node list, which you can't. You need to get the query selector of a node, so I need to specify what node, and the I does it for me. So over here we have more errors. Can't read the href of a null, meaning it's not getting something. So it's first TD. It has TRTD. So it has T body, then TR, then it's got TD, then A. Of course, because I said that TD is that class. Okay, so look, my issue here was I said that TD was a class, and it's not a class. It's actually a tag. So that was why I had it wrong. There you go. So now, as you can see, I have all the chapters, all the way up to chapter 520, and that's actually it. We have all the values set, and you want to do the same procedure again. Actually, let me make sure if yeah, everything's correct. You want to make sure you have everything copied, and then you want to go back over here. You want to compress it. You want to copy it, then you want to take it, and you want to go to your module. What was this? And then you want to go to your info, copy it there, and then copy the whole JSON. Then go to validate it to make sure you have no errors, and then it's fine. Then you want to go compress it, copy, and you want to actually take this, and then you want to email it to yourself. Also, I want to tell you guys something. Just in case, if you are actually validating the JSON with this thing, when it has messages on the bottom of this to tell you if there's something wrong. If it tells you, if it even has a single message, copy it from here, because it could probably, you probably could have it right, but like let's say it maybe changed one thing for you, and you want to copy it from here, but since it just says valid, you can just use the one that you originally had. All right. Then just email it to yourself, and then next step. Alright, so once you have the module on your phone, you want to go and update it. And once you do, you want to go press on animate and verify that it works. As you can see, we have the description, we have the genres, we have the type, we have the chapters, and we have status. Next thing you want to do is you want to go and press on the chapter. You want to press read. Nothing should work yet. It's not going to work. You're going to get something like this, and you're not even going to get the amount of pages. So you want to back out afterwards, close the ad, and then you want to go to your settings, your gear tag, and you want to go over here and you want to get the chapters module HTML request. You want to copy it and you want to send it over to yourself. Alright, we're about done with the module. All that's left to do is the chapter section, and it should be pretty simple. It's not really all that hard. So now on the template you're using, you want to open the chapter section and you want to take everything, you want to cut it, then you want to paste in the actual HTML. Then you want to take the script tag on the bottom and replace it with yours, and mine is this one. And what you want to do is you want to, right after output, make some space, and then also make sure to put in the module ID, which should be the first thing you do. And the module ID is up here. Copy HTML and paste it in. So now what you want to do is you want to actually open the page up first, and you want to go to the actual one as well. You want to make sure you're in the actual one, and in Tensei, okay, I actually opened the wrong one. It's Tensei Shita. This one, and then chapter. Alright, so over here is how they have the thing. Some of them have the ability to open all of them at once, which is what you normally want to do. But if you don't, they don't have that, you have like two options. You can look in and see how they have the pictures. If they have the pictures all in one and then they just change the picture, but all the pictures are already loaded, or you want to start doing more requests. This one just has should have all the pictures in this one thing. It's just not displaying them all at once. So now we're going to go select this picture, and as you can see, it actually has all of the pictures right here, but they're just not being displayed unless it's unless it's the one that you're in. So now we're gonna go to ours right here, and we're going to actually look for the picture. It might be it might take a while. Alright, so here are the pages. Alright, yeah. So look, the pages are here. You can also verify that these are the pages by pressing on them and actually going to them. So they are. So what we're going to do is we want to get all of these. And to get all of these, what we have to do is we're going to take this slideshow container. We're going to go all the way back to our stuff. We're going to make a var data. We're going to document query selector. And we're going to select all because we can. And then we're going to do this, and we're going to go A, and then we're going to, after the A, because you see there's an A over here, then we're going to take all my slides, and then, since these are classes, as you can see, we're going to put classes. Fade, and look, if there are two classes in one thing, they have to be put together by having a dot in the middle. That's how it works. And then now we're gonna console log this. We want to make sure that we actually got the correct name. And if we console log it, we should see that we actually have all of these. Yes, and we do. So now, next thing we want to do is we can actually go even a step further. We can actually just get all the images, and what we're going to do is we're going to go let I equal 0, and then I less than data.length, and we're going to do I plus plus, and we're going to go up here, and we're going to look at the function output link identifier module ID. All you need is the link, the module ID, and the headers. It's not really too much. I mean, so we're going to do this. We're going to do chapter output dot push, and we're going to new output, and what we need is the link, which is data.src. No, technically we need data. Since it's a node list, we gotta have a I to identify which one we want, and then we need the src, and then from there on we need the link identifier. Doesn't need one, so I'm gonna just put no. Actually, I'm gonna just leave this empty. I'm gonna just leave this empty. Then module ID is what it needs. Alright, so we're gonna put the module ID, and then we need the true, and then headers. We'll just put headers here. And then you're gonna have that. And then once you run this, you're going to have all of the things you need. So here you have the key, the refer value, link. You should have everything that you need. That's pretty much it. Now you take this and you do what we've been doing. Copy it, compress it, this one's gonna be much shorter than the other ones. Once you compress it, you want to go to your module JSON, want to paste it in there. Take this and you want to validate it. If it's correct, just go and compress the entire JSON. And if once you compress the entire JSON, take it and send it to your phone. Okay, so once you're on the app, you want to go update the module. And once you do, you want to go open an app. I mean, a manga or manhwa. Press read. And as you can see, now the images are actually loaded in. We also get the page number, and everything's working how it should be. Then let's get out, and we're gonna have one more thing to check. You're going to want to favorite it, and want to check that it actually works on the favorites. And press on it, and as you can see, it does work, and it saved the progress. And that's pretty much it. That's all you have to do to make a module for Zetsu.